From chaos and disaster can come amazing decisions with unanticipated great results and outcomes. Nurse Marissa Johanson knows all about those defining life moments. Hello, thank you so much for being here. And you know, I feel like making decisions, it's a hard thing. We start off, we tell teenagers, make these hard life choices that's going to define you for the rest of your life. And sometimes there's, there's backup, like we don't really know what we want to do all the time. What would you give advice for, people in making decisions?
I would advise them to utilize a system and utilize it consistently. With practice and utilizing it over and over, the quality of their decisions will improve, which will then translate into the quality outcomes that they're looking for.
And was there ever a time where you felt that you weren't a strong decision maker?
Yes, yeah. I had to learn how to make decisions, and every nursing and medical student, dental student, whatever, they all get taught how to collect information and how to make decisions. And it was through that process that my own ability improved. And so it's definitely something that people can learn, and they can refine and improve over time.
And let's talk about making poor decisions, because I feel like that's also inevitable in life. You make some decisions, they're not always the best.
Right.
But should we beat ourselves up over that?
Absolutely not. I am living proof of the good outcome that can happen after a poor decision. I was adopted, and I was born to a mom who was 16 when she got pregnant. She didn't know what she was going to do. Back in the 60s, there wasn't a great deal of options and safety nets for teenagers that were pregnant. There are barely any now, but back then there were really none. And so here she was pregnant, which was a terrible decision, right? It was emotionally driven and made. It wasn't made with clarity. And she had to scramble to figure out what she was going to do. And thank God she figured out what to do quickly and did it right, because the downstream effect and the impact of that has been tremendous, not only just in my personal life, but in the lives of a lot of people.
Would you say that was kind of the driving, the thing that drove you to be more conscious of your decision making?
Absolutely, absolutely. Definitely. Recognizing that origin story, my origin story, and the elements and how they lined up, which was, in retrospect, specific, very specific, but I didn't realize it until I got older. And then when I got, I was probably in my mid to late 20s before it really sort of snapped into line for me.
And do you feel like every day it's kind of an all-day thing that we are making decisions all day long? It's just
absolutely
constant.
We're making constant decisions all day long, and I don't advocate using a systematic approach, if you will, for making small decisions like, what color of shoes to wear with this outfit, or what I want to eat. Okay, those are sort of very automatic decisions. But for large decisions that carry a lot of weight and impact, you really should develop a system and then use it very consistently. And over time, like I said, over time, it will become more natural, it will become more automatic to function that way, and then the outcomes will just improve, kind of as a byproduct.
And do you think, how do we become more confident in our decision making? Is it, do you think, just by practicing it?
By practicing it and by being deliberate. I have a 6-step method that I have developed off of the word decide, but I drew that method out of all of the years. I have 34 years behind me in nursing, and I drew the method for my decide mnemonic out of medicine and nursing. And I've retooled it to be more generally applicable in all kinds of settings so that all kinds of people can use it. And I tested it a little bit on my niece, who's 15 years old, and she told me that it had things in it that even she hadn't thought of, which made me chuckle at the ripe old age of 15. But I asked her, "Are you learning this in school? Are you being taught how to gather information and how to analyze it and how to use it to inform yourself and make decisions?" And she said, "Oh no, they're not teaching this in school." No. And that brings me to really feeling very comfortable and confident that this is needed. This is needed. Kids need not just high schoolers, but college and young adults. There are so many decisions that are coming at them. So many, like where to live, where to work, what kind of career to pursue,
Right.
who to spend their lives with, what they believe about themselves, what they believe is true and not true. There's so many things, and if they have some actual tools to put in their toolbox and use, I think they're going to be more successful. I really hope so.
Yeah.
I know it has worked for me. I've used this system within my career successfully to address needs of patients. You know, I fly on helicopters and take care of patients.
Right.
And so I have to have that decision-making process clicking along pretty good. And when it's not interrupted and messed with, it works very well. So I'm confident that I can share something that will be useful.
And where can people go to find out more information, more tips?
Right, so I'm found on LinkedIn. I also have a webpage under development at the moment as we speak.
Okay.
It will be under Wise Life Strategies, so it'll be wiselifestrategies.com, and I always welcome anybody to look me up on LinkedIn, and I have a free downloadable form that I'm really happy to share with them so that they can look and see how they can apply it in their lives.
That's going to be really helpful. We could all use a little guidance, right? Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.